Well, howdy YouTube. I'm just out in front of the house. I'm going to get a few things done today. Didn't make a video of me taking a kayak out for the first time because I didn't want to get the camera wet, and I just needed to get used to it. But I did find some things out, so hang around and I'll show you what we need to do. Now, first of all, it's like 9 in the morning and it's like 50 some odd degrees, maybe 60. Still damp out, but we got to get this flipped over. I'm glad it's pretty light. Move this in a little bit. Try to get it a little more stable. But what I need to show you all is when I took it out, as you can see, I still got mud in it, that when I'm sitting in it, my feet reach this footrest and the rest of them dig into my leg. So that is definitely an issue. I felt these, mostly these two, into the side of my calf up by my knee, because my knee's right around in here, for almost a week. Very uncomfortable. So these are going to come out. I got them on order, but that's one issue I need to take care of. Now, as you were probably wondering why I got these pool noodles. I seen in a video on another channel that this is really the only way water could get into the kayak, and then if you happen to flood the whole thing out, it's going to sink. Just to make it more flotation, I'm going to stuff these down inside along these edges, and I may have to get some more. I don't know. I didn't stick the camera down in there. I might just do that and kind of get a look and see if I need to get more once I put a few in. But just to help in flotation. But the other issue I was having was when I was out getting used to it, it felt a little on tippy side. And me, I'm not a skinny dude. I'm about 230 or so, and I'm going to make outriggers. But I've been watching videos. Guys use the pockets for the fishing rod holders, and then you make different holders for it, and the outriggers can come out and keep the kayak from flipping completely over. So I'm going to do some measurements and go get parts to make them. But first of all, let's put these in. Okay, over here I put in 5. That's all I bought. I didn't know how many I was going to need, but it looks like I'm going to need to put one more, maybe 2 on each side, so that'd be probably 7 on one side, and then put 7 over here, and then down in the bottom I have no clue how many I'm going to need. So I think I'm going to need to go buy some more of these things. Like I said, I'm going to do some measurements and start getting the pipe and the fittings and everything to make it outrigger. I want to have a piece that goes across, and then I've watched a few videos that they have them come out straight off the side and out here, out and down, and that's in the way of paddling. I'd rather have them come back and be back about here, but that being the way I design it. But let's head to the store and get some parts. Yeah, and I had one subscriber say that he got this kayak himself, and he was having an issue with the back snap coming loose, and then the seat would move around, and I guess one time he was trying to get in it and that came loose and it pivoted on him and he went over. I'm going to keep running this snap until the time that if it does fail, which I have a feeling it probably will, it's just a freaking snap, but if it does, then we'll come up with some sort of idea to permanently, not permanently, but more securely mount the back of the seat. This here is just a buckle where it works great. And while we're out, we're going to get something to make to plug the scupper holes, because when I was out and I had that pad, if you've seen in the one video, a couple videos back, I have a gel pad that goes underneath the seat right here. It got soaking wet from the water coming up through. So I'm going to make scupper plugs.
3 hours later.
I just got back. I got a crap load of them. So let's stuff these things in there.
They kicked me out of Pennsylvania, and I'm living on the road with my beat up old cigar box. Folks, they call me Tommy Joe, smoking up behind the dumpster at the local Dairy Queen. Her parfait, it was peanut butter. She told me she was 17. One little toke, I won't hurt nobody. But just before she took that puff, her daddy came around the corner. That's when shit started getting rough, and they kicked me out of Pennsylvania, and I'm living on the road with my beat up old cigar box. Folks, they call me Tommy Joe.
Alrighty. Well, I got them all in. That green one, which is the oddball color, I really had to fight to get that last one in, but they're in there tight, so that should definitely make it float better. Now for these other three, I do have some other things I can use them for. Now as for scupper plugs, I just got these rubbery golf balls. They were like $5 for 12 or something, and they just jam right down in there. I don't know, I maybe should put a line, drill through them and put a string on them so I can get them back out, because they're a pretty tight fit. But just to keep the water from scupping up through, and I don't see myself getting to the point to where I'm going to have, you know, probably get some over the edge and all that, but I'm going to use a sponge, and I'll just tuck it underneath the seat, beside the seat or something, and if I get too much water, I'll just sop it up and we're good to go. This is all the parts that I'm going to be using for my outrigger setup. I may need to get some more lengths of pipe, but no big deal. But I'll set up and show you how it's going to kind of look on one side. Alright, this is just a rough setup. I am going to be cutting this down. I'm going to be driving it. This is so tight, you got to drive it in. It ain't going to come out. But I am going to be trimming it off shy, kind of up in here somewhere. This T will be going down here. But you get the gist of kind of what I'm going for. This is a 45. I do have a 90, which if I put that in there, if you see, I put that in there, it kind of aims it back toward the boat, and I don't want that. I picked them up just in case. But this is electrical conduit, heavy wall, schedule 40. That's what I'm using in the regular PVC. But it brings it down, and now I'm going to have this trimmed off, and the T where this is at will be right here, and these will be trimmed down with a 90 degree to where the float will bolt underneath, which I'll be taking another piece, short piece, gluing it in using a cap, which are right here. Put that on the end of that pipe, drill a hole through here, put a bolt, a nut, a big washer, another washer on the bottom side, and a nut, and that will hold it up, but that will be back in here. Now I think it's going to work out pretty good. But it's getting late and my shoulder's hurting. I buggered my shoulder up Thursday at work, and I shouldn't even be holding this camera out like this. I was hurting. Let's switch hands. I buggered my right shoulder up at work, and so I'm getting movement. I have movement out of it, but I don't know what I did. So I don't see myself getting out and paddling this weekend or fishing, because I gotta mow the yard every weekend. Gotta mow the yard. I got other things I gotta take care of. I gotta change the oil in the Explorer. I gotta clean it out. Get the camper ready, because we're going camping on 4th of July weekend, and we're gonna do some kayaking and some fishing over at Lake Wilhelm, so keep your eyes open for that. But I'm going to cut it off here, and I'll come back tomorrow and finish up doing this build, since we'll have a little more time. I've been gone most of the day, and we'll build this together. I'd like to try and build something that will go between the two. Also, I may need to take some that schedule 40 and heat it up with my heat gun and get a bend in it to where it comes over straight. And I want to put a couple T's, since I'm losing this rod mount. I want to put a couple T's right here and here, and then my crate will sit down in here, and I'll have 2 more mounts with it, so I'll have a total of 4 rod mounts in the back if I need it.